Hey, Shalom, Akim, Shalom, Shalom. This is your brother Zakaria Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. All right, come with a quick lesson through the Spirit. Lord willing, this be edifying to the Lord's elect. Before I get started, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Ruach HaKodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and who teach well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. All right. So real quick, I just want to do a quick lesson on this topic that's pretty much center stage amongst the brotherhood right now. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with in terms of false doctrine. You know, when we had this camp Genesis, okay, the off branch of Sakari, headed by Deacon Hakai and Brother Hassad. You know what I'm saying? They did their own thing, and they're waxing worse and worse. You know what I'm saying? Let me turn these notifications off. All right, and they doing their own thing, but yeah, like the scriptures say, they're waxing worse and worse. All right, and getting into this subject matter of the hell doctrine. You know what I'm saying? Of hell actually being the place. Now, the beloved brother, the beloved elder, Elder Yashawamba. All right, this is his channel, Remnant Saved 144. As of late, he has been going heavily into this topic here. You know what I'm saying, with much understanding. You know what I'm saying, clarification to bring to drive the point home that there is no such place. All right, called hell. There is no such place called hell. When you dive into it, okay, you can see that its roots are steeped in mythology, Greek mythology. You know what I'm saying? When you go into the concept of Hades, you know what I'm saying, the god of the underworld and so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? And that was incorporated into the Roman Catholicism. You know what I'm saying? And it's been pushed heavily through the Roman Catholic Church. All right. And so it became doctrine when it's not founded within the scriptures. All right. So this is Isaiah chapter 29. Real quick, Isaiah chapter 29, verse 13, it says, "Wherefore the Lord said, for as much as this people draw near me with their mouth, and with their lips do honor me, but have removed their heart far from me, and their fear toward me is taught by the precept of men." Okay? And so I went to the elders channel so you can see for yourself. All right, all these beautiful lessons, you know what I'm saying, you can dive into them, man. Okay? And be edified. Because the Lord put the spirit on the elder heavy to go into this subject to bring the understanding, and only the remnant's going to get this understanding truly. Excuse me. Only the remnant's going to get this understanding. Okay. So let me get this here, and let me see. I believe it's Luke. All right. Let's see. Luke chapter 12. Luke chapter 12 verse 4, it reads, this is Yahushua speaking. "And I said unto you, and I say unto you, my friends, be not afraid of them that kill the body, and after that have no more that they can do. But I will forewarn you whom ye shall fear. Fear him which after he hath killed hath power to cast into hell. Yeah, I say unto you, fear him." Okay? Now, what does that mean when he's talking about hell? Is he talking about a place that you go and you burn in forever and ever and ever? You know what I'm saying? That's not what it's talking about. You see what I'm saying? When you go into the into the history which the elder brought out, okay, in morals and customs, okay, when you go into the customs of the Israelites, what they had was what's known as slang today. Okay? No different from what we do today, they did back then. All right? So what we call cuss words today, calling a person a viper or a fox was considered a cuss word back then during the time when Yahushua walked the earth. You know what I'm saying? So when we say today, I'm finna put hell on this nigga, you know what I'm saying? It's the same way that they said that they did it back then. Okay? That he can put hell on you. Okay? So it's the same concept. All right? Hell isn't a place that you go to. All right? Hell is a condition that one lives out, all right, on this earth when they are judged. All right? So let's prove the point real quick. Let's go to the book of Ecclesiastes. All right, this is Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verse 15. And it reads, "That which hath been is now, and that which is to be hath already been, and the Most High requireth that which is past. And moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment, that wickedness was there, and the place of righteousness, that iniquity was there." Okay? And that spot that is being referenced is the planet Earth. Okay? Like the scriptures say, Earth is his footstool. Right? So verse 7 says, "I said in mine heart, the Most High shall judge the righteous and the wicked, for there is a time there for every purpose and for every work." Okay? So when you go into what the scripture's talking about, okay, everyone has to perish. You know what I'm saying? Everyone perishes. When you go up to verse let's see. Was it verse 2? All right, when you jump to Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 2, it's talking about there's a time to be born and there's a time to die. So everyone has that time that's allotted to them. Okay, and only the Lord knows when your time ends. You know what I'm saying? And when you die, you go up into the heavens. All right, as the scriptures say, to be absent with the body is to be present with the Most High power. All right, and that is where he goes. That's where you go and he judges you. Okay, there you are at peace. You're at peace. The wicked and the righteous go up there. You're at peace. And as the scriptures say, after every third or fourth generation, you're brought back. Our people back then understood this concept. It's known today as reincarnation. All right? In the scriptures, it's called regeneration. You see what I'm saying? So when the Lord sends you back down to be judged, because he gives you the sentence in the heavens, when you come down to be judged, that is when you have to play out what has been set over you. All right? Either be good or evil. You see what I'm saying? So let me give you a quick example of this judgment. All right? So this is an example of how the Lord can plague you. And he can plague those in your family line. You see what I'm saying? All right? Because not just by what's going on with the mother here, but also with the child as well. Okay? The Lord is able to plague you. You see what I'm saying? This is what Yahushua is talking about when we was talking about in Luke chapter 12. Okay? The Lord is able to plague you. So let me get this in let me read this again. All right? Let me read it again. Luke chapter 12 and verse 5. "But I will forewarn you whom ye shall fear. Fear him, which after he hath killed hath power to cast into hell. Yeah, I say it unto you, fear him. Okay, so you can be placed in this condition. All right, that's everlasting, which what it means is it can follow you from generation to generation to generation. All right, the Lord can continue to plague you. You see what I'm saying? Now, when you go into the concept of hell that's mentioned in the scriptures, you have to understand the context of what is being spoken of. All right. So, and many times it's talking about hellfire. Okay. Let me get this real quick. So bear with me. All right. So this is the book of Matthew, Matthew chapter 18 and verse 9. It reads, and if thine eye offend thee, pluck it out and cast it from thee. It is better for thee to enter into life with one eye, rather than having two eyes to be cast into hellfire. All right. Now, what is this talking about? Is he telling you, all right, that if your eye is offending you, then pluck it out in the natural sense, in the actual sense of the word? No, he's not talking about that. All right. You have to understand that the scriptures speak in similitudes, and they speak in dark sentences. Okay. And these things can be set up as stumbling blocks. All right. But what he's talking about is, if what you're doing is literally causing you to sin, then what you have to do is make the necessary changes. All right. Make the necessary changes. For example, if your problem is lust, right? And you lust after a woman. Okay. You probably don't want to go to the gym all the time. You know what I'm saying? Perhaps you can go to the gym at a later time when there's less women there. You see what I'm saying? All right. If you have a problem with gluttony, a problem with food, well, try to change your diet. You see what I'm saying? All right. But what you want to do is you want to make these changes so that you won't be subjected to to the judgment that's coming. All right. Because when it's talking about cast into hellfire, in many aspects of this context, is speaking of the nukes. All right, the nuclear fire that's coming, man. All right, because what was Peter talking about when he mentioned this very hellfire? This is 2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. What is Apostle Peter talking about? He's talking about the same thing that the prophet Habakkuk was talking about. You see what I'm saying? The same thing that Zechariah was talking about. Let's get that example. All right, Zechariah chapter 14 and verse 12. It reads, and this shall be the plague wherein the Lord will smite all the people that are fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouths. What type of force can cause that to happen to a man's flesh? It's nuclear fire. You see what I'm saying? It's nuclear fire. Zechariah saw this. All right. Habakkuk saw this. Isaiah saw this. Let me get this real quick. Let's go to Habakkuk. All right. Habakkuk chapter 3. And let's hit verse 11. Let's start at verse 10. Habakkuk chapter, you know what? Yeah, let's start at verse 10. Habakkuk 3 and 10. The mountains saw thee, and they trembled. The overflowing of the water passed by. The deep uttered uttered his voice and lifted up his hands on high. The sun and moon stood still in their habitation. At the light of thine arrows they went, and at the shining of thy glittering spear. That glittering spear is talking about the nukes. You see what I'm saying? When these prophets had witnessed these nuclear rockets, these missiles, they likened them unto arrows. You see what I'm saying? Verse 13, thou wentest forth for the salvation of thy people, even for salvation with thine anointed. Thou woundest the head out of the house of the wicked by discovering the foundation unto the neck. Selah. Thou didst strike through with his staves the head of his villages. They came out as a whirlwind to scatter me. Their rejoicing was to devour the poor secretly. All right. And the punishment is going to come upon, all right, all of the inhabitants, you know what I'm saying, of the land. Okay. Those who are not of the elect of the house of Israel. Okay. So that's Habakkuk. Let's go to the book of Isaiah real quick. All right. Isaiah chapter 34 and verse 2. It says, for the indignation, Salakia, for the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their enemies. He hath utterly destroyed them. He hath delivered them to the slaughter. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood, and all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down as the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree. For my sword shall be blazed in heaven, behold, it shall come down upon Idumea, and upon the people of my curse to judgment. You see what I'm saying? This is talking about the nuclear devastation that's going to be the result of World War III. This is that hellfire that Yahushua is speaking about. It's the same hellfire that Apostle Peter was talking about, and all these various prophets that I just spoke about. You see what I'm saying? So it's not a place that you go and you're suffering for in eternity. No, it's talking about a condition that the Lord subjects you to. You see what I'm saying? So that was just a quick one. You know what I'm saying? I pray this lesson was edifying to the elect of the nation of Israel. This has been your brother Zakaria Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. In closing, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Wakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, of whom I grown in this truth under. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom.